Chelsea Football Club win the FIFA Club World Cup for the first time in their history. 2-1 victories over their Brazilian opponents today. And it wasn't the best Chelsea performance of all time. It wasn't something that will live on long in the memory of Chelsea fans, but they got the done. They win another final under Thomas Tuchel, their second piece of silverware this year, and they're still fighting for 4 more. How many more trophies will Thomas Tuchel and his Chelsea team win over the course of this season? That's one thing I want to know from you all right about now. Make sure you're hitting that like and that share button for us. Seems like we've got a little bit of an issue here with signal, which is mad, but don't worry about that. It will sort itself out. And you're right. Thomas Tuchel does love a trophy. He really, really does. Since he's been the Chelsea manager, the volume that he has won has been absolutely sensational. That cannot be denied by anybody whatsoever. Kai Havertz as well, as this comment here says, Kai Havertz as well, with another winning goal, with another match-winning goal in a final for Chelsea. And look, he hasn't had the greatest Chelsea career. He hasn't been the best Chelsea player imaginable. He hasn't been, maybe he hasn't hit the heights that a lot of people expected him to get to. But that is 2 clutch goals. He's helped his team win 2 finals. And when it comes to legacy and history, he may not go down as another Frank Lampard. He may not be remembered as kindly and as lovely a way as, say, Eden Hazard is. But that's 2 finals that he has been the main man in. He has stepped up at the right time. He has put the ball in the back of the net, and the penalty in itself, is so pressured. Last few minutes of the game, stopping your team going into a penalty shootout, which is essentially the flipping of a coin. Bang, puts the ball away. End of story. Chelsea are world champions. World champions. World champions, Chelsea. And do you know what's interesting? My opinion on that tournament is irrelevant. Chelsea fans wanted this. Chelsea fans that I've been speaking to for a while were desperate for their club to win this trophy, and they did it tonight against Palmeiras. Strip Bear says, sucks, boss, to know Chelsea are better. Look, I'm not really focused on other teams in that way. That isn't really the way I tend to focus on football. It's never really been my approach. It's never really been my style. I do focus on my own football club, barring a couple of traditional rivals, Liverpool and City and stuff like that. Chelsea are doing very, very well. We know how well run a club they are. There's no doubt. And it's really interesting because Chelsea haven't been as good in the Premier League this season as most people expected. But it's kind of made a lot of people very disrespectful towards Chelsea. Their record since Thomas Tuchel has arrived has been absolutely brilliant, especially in the cup competitions. There's an opportunity at a League Cup in a few weeks' time. They could have another trophy. Who knows what they're going to do in the FA Cup and the Champions League this year. This could be a very, very good season still for Chelsea, where a lot of people almost tried to play it down a little bit as if it wasn't a good year, as if it's been like a terrible year for them. And it hasn't been a terrible year, there's no doubt, especially with picking up another trophy. I mean, they could end the season with 3, 4, 5 trophies this year. It's mad. I'm shaking. Champions of the world. You'll never sing that. King Kai with the balls to take it. We've completed the collection. And I think that's what the really important thing is here for Chelsea fans. It's completing the collection, as Grey Wolf Dinner there has just put it. English champions, European champions, world champions. There's only a handful of teams that can say that. Man United can say it from England. Man United can say it. Liverpool can say it. Chelsea can say it. I'm not sure if any of the other European champions have ever won the World Club Champion. I'm not sure if they have. Maybe if another team's won it outside of them, then we'll add a 4th or whatever. But I'm pretty sure Villa and Forest lost their attempts at winning this. And, Liverpool have got it. United have got it. Chelsea have got it. It's a special thing. It is a special thing to a lot of people. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Being world champions. And you know what's really interesting as well, watching Palmeiras, you can see how much it meant to them as a peak. Like the South American countries seem to take this more seriously than anybody else. Raheem Sterling misses a penalty. He scores the rebound 4-0 there to Man City. I know that Barca, Bayern, and Real Madrid have, but I said big hefts. I did say English teams. What the English teams? Do you get what I mean? Like that's who you boast against. That's who you boast against as a general rule. And it's it's a trophy that no other London team has ever won. And these things matter. When it comes to being the biggest in England, I think Chelsea, they're a long way away from Man United and Liverpool from a trophy haul point of view. And although in the last 20 years, they are the most successful team in England, they know it's going to take maybe another 20, 25 years to sort of surpass or catch those sides. But London's, in many people's eyes, is on lock, especially with the international success that's come with it for Chelsea. And we can discuss that on tonight's show. Make sure you're hitting that like button for it. It's very important that you do. Chelsea only have 6 league titles. Yeah, I hear you on that. 6 league titles is still quite a lot. Still puts them in the top 5, top 6 teams in England. But it's the 2 Champions Leagues, the FA Cups, the League Cups, the World Club Championship. It's the variety that Chelsea have got that I think gives them such a potent space in the modern day game. The variety they have is absolutely brilliant. I know Arsenal and Spurs fans are mad. Do you know what's interesting? I did see London rivals of Chelsea really digging this game out, talking about like how it doesn't mean anything. It's basically a friendly. Look, if Liverpool and Man United fans banter Chelsea, fair enough. Our clubs have been there, done it, worn the t-shirt. Some clubs have never even been in this competition because they've never won the Continental Trophy. They've never won a European Cup. If you've never even been allowed to go, like you've never been invited because you've never won the trophies to get there, I think it's a case of keep stum. Keep stum, I would say in relation. That's just my take on it. I would definitely be saying that. Terry, it's cool because they will wear world champions on their kits for an entire year. I rate that trophy. Look, it's a good trophy. It's a good trophy. I wouldn't call it a major trophy like a Champions League or a Premier League. I'd say it's like between a League Cup and an FA Cup. But then that's just my take. My take doesn't really matter. It's how Chelsea fans feel about it tonight. We won't see a parade through London like we did for the Champions League or parties like it. And that's always that's how you know. Do you want to know how you know the true feelings of a fan base when they win a trophy? By the volume of celebration. Because if they just won the Champions League, the streets of London would be full of Chelsea fans. But they'll celebrate tonight. It will be League Cup level. It will be like, I'll have a drink and I'll be happy, but there isn't going to be a Mardi Gras that lasts 3 days. But it's important to win it. And all these trophies add up. The crazy thing for Chelsea fans is this. When they first got their money all those years ago, I remember I was working in a pub and there was this Chelsea couple, husband and wife, each on a market stall actually in London. And they, big Chelsea fans. And they used to get so wound up because you had a lot of Gooners, a lot of Tottenham, a lot of United in the pub. And they always used to like, shit club, no history was thrown at them. You kind of fast forward 20 years, history's been created. It's one of the reasons why I don't like when people try and undo club history or act like it isn't important. Like what City are doing right now is history. What Chelsea have been doing for 20 years is history. And it's what makes our clubs beautiful and potent and amazing and should be respected. Let's be honest, Chelsea is carrying London. Heard that said before. Jack here says, love your channel. London is blue. Thank you very much for that super chat, my friend. It means a great deal to us. And a little announcement, actually, Chelsea fans tuning in. So we've got Straight Facts podcast. And we've obviously got Lee Gunner does one and Jess does another. We will be finalizing the Man United one, so it's on a more regular with a Man United fan. But we are going to be doing one with a Chelsea supporter moving forward. We've got to get the dates done, and I'm so looking forward to working with this individual, one of the originators in this space, one of the original OGs in the content creating space. And I'm very, very happy to be saying that I'll be joined on a weekly basis to do a Straight Facts podcast. We will talk Chelsea, we'll talk other things as well, with none other than man like Nini from Nini FC, of course, Blue Lions TV. So he'll be joining us once a week on Straight Facts. And yeah, very, very excited about that indeed. SS here says this trophy is like the icing on the cake. I love it. And you know what? That's the thing, isn't it? That's probably a great way of explaining this trophy. It's the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake. It's the last little bit, you know. I hear you completely on that, my friend. I do. The last infinity stone. Yeah, that's another great analogy as well. And I get all these feelings and all these sentiments and everything else. Like I really, really do. Terry, I love your analysis. We have 3 big clubs in England: Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea, is what's been said there. Let's have a look at some more of your comments that are coming through. I'm looking for some member chats as well. I haven't seen many member chats in the show so far. We've got some more super chats to do as well, though. I will always get them up. Not just London. The world is blue, is what world champion has got to say here. And look, it's listen, I'm always happy for people when they're happy, as long as their happiness isn't like making somebody else overly unhappy. And when I say that, I mean like in a bad way. Like there are definitely some Palmeiras, I think I say pronounce it Palmeiras. Their fans are definitely unhappy today. And it's just interesting as well, because I listened to the commentator and he said that he was reading an article about how like the Sao Paulo fans, who I think who are their like local rivals or their biggest rivals in Brazil, he went, they'll be getting so much stick from them because Palmeiras have never won this trophy. And it's just good to see that like that banter and stick is universal. And that's why we're talking about it on the last show, not supporting a club and supporting a player over a club and switching teams is weird to me. You lose all of that. And I don't know why anybody would ever want to lose it. Mr. Anthony's in the house. He says, I really like this trophy. I remember watching the last time we played in this trophy in Japan. I was heartbroken that day. We cannot deny Kai is clutch. And he was today. And look, he didn't have the greatest of performance. I don't think any Chelsea player was great today. I quite liked Callum Hudson-Odoi's performance, to be fair. A lot of Chelsea fans on the TL, not so keen. I thought it was good. But yeah, got it done. Got it over the line. Finished it. James here is a Liverpool fan, says, well done to Chelsea. Dan here is a Spurs fan, says, I feel bad for Palmeiras. I wouldn't probably go as far as to say I feel bad for him. That'd be a bit of cat my end, if I'm being honest. That'd be a little bit of cat my end for me to say I feel bad for them. I definitely don't feel bad for them, is what I'm gonna say on that one. But I do understand people. Some fans, maybe you as a Spurs fan, I get why you want to do it. If you want to call in and have your say, though, please feel free to do so. The link is pinned to our live comment section. Make sure you're smashing the like button for us as well. Really important that you do that. So I'm just updating a few little bits here on this because I'm working alone today. Tyler's off. So I've got to do a few bits myself. Got to do a few things myself in relation to that. Right, let's have a little look here. Terry, I feel bad for Spurs. Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you do, mate. I bet you do. Some say corruption. I don't know what you're talking about. You need to make that comment from you make sense to me. What's corruption? Where? Comments like that always confuse me in the comment section because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get it. Don't make any sense to me. It really don't. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense as a comment anyway. Like, help it make sense. Make it make sense. What is that? The expression? Like, make it make sense for me. Yeah, that's what I would say. So, yeah, make it make sense. Make it make sense. As it were, they lifted the trophy yet? Because I turned it over because I was watching. I wanted to see the end of the Man City games. I turned it over. They lifted the trophy yet? I assume they have. Still got the analysis on. One thing I hate about the TV guide. The TV guide don't update. The TV guide doesn't update when that's done. I see Chelsea have posted out themselves champions of the world and all that. There we go. It's all out there. Right, I'm just waiting to see that come through. Right, let's have a look at some more of your comments coming through here. Chelsea are the greatest club in the world. Congratulations, is what's been said here. Aaron says Chelsea still look pretty average on the pitch. That being said, if they can win one big trophy, will still be a decent season. And I think people have got to remember Chelsea are this work in progress right now as well. I thought they'd be further along this year. I thought we'd see more from Werner, more from Kai, more from Hudson-Odoi. But they're still a work in progress. And what was really interesting news to come out of Chelsea this week is that Roman is going to back Tuchel. He's going to stand by Tuchel as opposed to what we have seen happen before, where in fact what you can sometimes see is you sometimes get a situation where what's the word for him? Where the owners at Chelsea have backed the players over the managers. So I think that's a really good thing from a Chelsea standpoint to see Roman wanting to stand by him. So I was reading something while I was talking and lost my train of thought. Let's have a little look here. Barely win against the above average team. Yeah, do you know what though? I mean, I haven't looked at the results. What are the results normally like in these finals? I know that the European teams have kind of dominated for the past 10 years, but they batter teams. Like, that's the one thing I'd look at is, you're playing in the middle of your season, you're playing in a different place. And like the one thing I said about Palmeiras, they were so up for this. I think it was bigger for the Brazilians than it was for Chelsea today. I think it means more. So you often get like a level up, a level change, if that makes sense. But there we go. An Arsenal fan here says, congrats, Chelsea, completely deserved. One of my wonderful members here says, let's go. Congratulations to Aspie for completing club football at Chelsea. And that's true. Yeah. Is he the only Chelsea player ever to win everything? He must be the only Chelsea player ever to win everything at club level. That's an amazing feat. And again, there's only a handful of us out there that know what that's like to win every single trophy imaginable. Yeah. There's only a handful. You find it's a very small percentage. Man like Juan here, One CFC says, Terry, why is this trophy compared to a Community Shield? This is big. Yeah, look, this is bigger than a community. Anyone who's saying it's Community Shield level, I think, is wrong. It's still a tournament. It's still something you have to win. So yeah, I would say it's very wrong to be calling it very wrong to be referring to it as a Community Shield based. It's not a charity. It's not for charity. It's not the charity. Community Shield used to be called the Charity Shield. It isn't a glorified friendly. To make out like it's as big as the Champions League, I would say no. But it's big. It's big. It's good. It's a good trophy. Like, you want to win it. Again, it's not an open trophy, which means not everybody can enter it, but that's the point, isn't it? That's the point. World champions, simple as that. I would say people saying it's a glorified Community Shield, I bet their clubs have never been in it. I bet their clubs never won the European Cup or the equivalent in their nation. I guarantee you. What an underrated player. Do you know what? Aspie is one of the most underrated Premier League players of all time. I kind of put him into my category with people like Michael Carrick, who are so essential to winning so many trophies and so much consistency, but they never really got the recognition and the love that other individuals that played in their teams did. The fact that he can play right back, left back, centre back, and he never, in his pomp especially, he never looked out of place. I mean, the crazy thing, he's sensational. One of Chelsea's greatest ever players, but never the poster boy. So I think that's what it comes down to. He was never Chelsea's poster boy. He was never the guy that was like pushed out as being the man. And that plays a part. It really does, I'd say it's a Europa League / Cup Winners' Cup level. Yeah, I would say it's about that level as well. It's like happy, but not full on Mardi Gras. Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. He's the best. Do you know what? I don't think it is a bad shout to say Aspie is the greatest ever right back in the history of the Premier League. Equally, I would say this as well. Like the greatest two fullbacks in the history of the Premier League. Like there's two that always stand out, like that don't ever really get mentioned but should. Aspie should be in the conversation, and Dennis Irwin. Dennis Irwin was a right back who was right-footed, who played 10 years consistently for Man United, or maybe not quite 10 years, at least 7 or 8 years consistently at Man United and won everything playing left back. He's regarded as one of the best left backs, but he was a right back. That just tells me one of the best fullbacks ever. So yeah, great point there, Dave. Really, really good point there, my friend. Kante has won it all, club and country. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kante today has won everything imaginable. How many players have won it? I wonder, again, it must be a website that out there. Let's actually Google that, right? How many players have won everything in football? There we go. It comes up as a Google search. 8 players. Only 8 players have won everything. Oh, no, hang on. 8 players. Oh, okay. So this one here says let me see this. So this says 8 players have won the World Cup, the European Cup / Champions League, the league, their main national cup, and the FIFA World Club Cup, or whatever the equivalent was, and the Ballon d'Or. So they named 8 people. So they've said here Bobby Charlton, Beckenbauer, Gerd Müller, Paolo Rossi, Zidane, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, right? But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for trophies. 8 footballers have won. Okay, all those things here. A list of players who have won the most. Not the most. It's not the most. It's everything. You'd have to look. But I guarantee you, there's not many that have done it. When you look at it as a percentage of footballers, yeah, it'd be an interesting stat to see. Liverpool won it 1-0. Don't see the argument. The other London teams complaining can only go to this trophy as a visit. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Yeah, I hear you on that. Like, you're always gonna get salty people, though. You're always gonna get that in all walks of life. You get salty people. Like, legitimately, people are mad. People are mad. What's this one? The 5 biggest winners in football history. Who's won the most, do you think? Who do you think's number 1? I'm just going to scroll to the bottom, right? Ryan Giggs is only number 21. That's mad. Yeah, do you know what, though? Like, some people, though, it depends. Like, you need to always get some kind of weird person, number 1. Oh, no, it's Johan Cruyff. And I'll say weird person. It's like, you know, the highest international goal scorer of all time. Before it was Ronaldo, it was that gentleman's name I forget. But you look at all the teams he played against, and it's like, I know it sounds harsh. It's like, shouldn't there be like a level? You know, like I don't know. I'm going to get these wrong, but in like the States, when it comes to like American college ball, it's like you're A or triple A. If you're a double A or triple A level, like they level out how good the level you're playing is at. Does that make sense? Like, they should always do that in football. Like, there should be like a star system to it. So like scoring goals in European football, if it's regarded as the best, those goals should have more weight than scoring. Like, let's say you have someone that scores 800 goals, but they play their whole career in Australia. They could be the highest goal scorer in professional football ever, but they're not the best goal scorer, are they? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too elitist. Big politics behind suppressing this trophy by Europe. Listen, but that's always gone on, though. You've got to remember, one of the reasons that the Munich air disaster happened is because the FA were trying to stop the Champions League from becoming a thing. It was called the European Cup back then. The FA didn't want Man United showing English football to the Europeans. They had this view that they would take their ideas. And at the time, English football was one of the strongest and most dominant. So you're not talking about like how things are now. So they didn't want Man United going. They forced Man United to fly back through the bad weather and the storms and all the problems, and not take it because they wouldn't let them postpone the flights and the game at the weekend. The FA would have been understanding and supported Man United's endeavours. They quite literally could have turned around and just said, "Listen, have this weekend off, get back." They would never have flown that night. So this ain't a new thing. Legitimately, this is not a new thing that like governing bodies try and suppress certain tournaments, because what UEFA would say is this: if this tournament ever became as popular or bigger than the Champions League, what would happen to the Champions League? What would it lose? Money. And money now is more of a motivator than back in them days. But these things have always happened. These are, again, I'm not saying the FA like caused the Munich air disaster, but it was a fundamental. Man United would not have flown home that night. They wouldn't have risked in 1958. Obviously, the quality of aircraft wasn't like it is now. Safety and everything else wasn't like it is now. They would never have risked that if the FA said they could not. If the FA would have said to them, "Look, you can have the weekend off," it would never have happened. It would never, ever, ever have happened. Yeah, I learned that reading. I haven't read very many books in my life, but I've read 5 or 6 about the Munich air disaster. It's very sad. This might sound like a conspiracy theory, but maybe UEFA pay companies in Europe to keep this tournament hush-hush as they want to be seen as powerful. Yeah, I don't know about the hush-hush thing, but I think what plays into it is very much the notion of money. That's what it comes down to. Because companies can only sponsor a certain amount of tournaments and the like. There's only so much money you can pump into things. Like, legitimately, only so much money. And once that's done, that's it. It's done. We're going to bring some callers on very, very soon to have their say. Make sure like buttons are being smashed, people. Fireworks show going on right there. Again, big congratulations to Chelsea Football Club tonight, who have become world champions for the first time in their club's history. And Chelsea fans seem pretty damn happy about it, I have to say. Pretty damn happy about it. They sound happy about it anyway. I hope they're happy about it. They should be happy about it, but there we go. There we go. Right. Fake world champions. What do you mean fake world champions? That's club world champions. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like not World Cup winners. No one said they're World Cup winners, but there we go. Terry hates Man City. No, I don't. Well, that's a very weird comment that you say that. Look, you beating Norwich 4-0 is not... This is bigger tonight. Come on, my G. Come on. I don't get that. Rack's here with me now. What are you saying, Rack?
Hey, Tel. Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Just finished watching the game. I want to say congratulations to Chelsea fans. I think only the 3rd team in English football history to do it. And... yeah, you know, it doesn't. It's a tournament that doesn't get much respect in England, but I would say that abroad, even within Europe, it does. I remember being in Italy when Milan won it, and it was one of the top stories on the news. The Italians, whenever they win a trophy, their cars are going up and down the street, beeping their horns. They were doing so, and everyone was out celebrating. So I think it's my experience anyway, first-hand experience, which is not the be-all and end-all, is that it's not really regarded in England so highly, but yeah. But in the rest of Europe, I think it's respected. Maybe not to the extent, or obviously not to the extent that the Champions League is. But yeah, no, look, well done, Chelsea. We're going to win the next year, though.
Yeah. Well, you're obviously going to hope that you do. I think you're right in terms of that. It's just one of them things. It's what I do find funny is like fans of clubs that have never even been in it because they've never won the Euros having a dig. I
just saw Igal just put a tweet out of Romelu Lukaku on it saying glorified friendly or something like that. So
yeah. I find comments like that just a little bit strange because it's like you know, you can't even, you're not even allowed, if you've never been allowed there.
Yeah.
You're not even allowed there. They don't even let you in. Do you know what I mean? You're not on the guest list. Do you know what I mean? But it's one of them ones there. But look, it's an important one for them, and it's one that you think the Chelsea are going to want to hope to. I don't say bounce back from, but like they've not been in the greatest of form of late in the Prem. Like a bit of a booster for them, you know.
Yeah, look, you know, one of the common cliches in football is that winning breeds winning, and this will probably give them a boost to some extent. Obviously, we got them in the Carabao Cup final in a few weeks, so hopefully it doesn't. It wasn't the best performance, but Palmeiras were just, I don't know, a really weird team. Then absolutely not. It seems like a lot of South American teams don't play in the same kind of style that we expect Brazilian teams to play in. There wasn't much flair. There wasn't much adventure. It was a kind of backs against the wall kind of display. And it'll be interesting to see whether Chelsea do kind of improve a little bit in the Premier League because, yeah, in recent weeks they haven't been at their best. Certainly at the kind of form that they started off the season in. But yeah, we'll see. It's going to be an intriguing few weeks for sure. And yeah, capped off with a Carabao Cup final in a few weeks. It is kind of interesting though because I know what you were just saying about fans of other clubs dissing it. I'm pretty sure I heard a few when we won it in a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure there were a few Chelsea fans saying it was a glorified friendly as well. So yeah, hopefully they respect it a little bit more now.
Yeah, look, you always get that. I
Sure.
think what I was saying earlier is like, if your team's been in it or won it, like, cool. It's when you've got people who haven't been in it chatting about it. That's what I find it mad. It's like you I don't think you get an opinion on it unless you've been in it. Like that's my kind of view. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like I don't know, a Leyton Orient fan bantering somebody, like bantering say like Arsenal won the League Cup. And a Leyton Orient fan's like, oh, why are you excited to win that for? It's rubbish. It's like, you what? I don't get it. There we go.
I also remember, was it start of the season? I think Chelsea were playing Burnley or something like that. And they were singing Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. And I'm like, why are you singing that to Burnley? For God's sake? That's all weird.
I heard Chelsea fans singing that to Plymouth fans last week.
Plymouth fans, yeah.
Know your audience. But no, I hear you. Rack, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Really appreciate it. Mate. Thank you, top man. I'm going to get Two Calls Army on the show next. I assume that's a Chelsea fan coming on to have you say. We did have the camera on, it's gone off. He may not be back. When his camera comes back on, I'll get him. Before that, Ahmed is a Chelsea fan coming on now. What are you saying, mate?
Hi, Terry. How's everything? I hope you're okay.
I'm good, my friend. What do you want to say?
I just want to talk about a few points that I realized during the game. I feel like this form is going to stay on for a really long time. I really don't like the form that we have been playing in. So the game against Palmeiras didn't really give me... And I know I sound pessimistic and that we won the Club World Cup, but I feel that we should have done a little bit more better today. We should have killed it off really early. I feel like our attack is really disjointed, even with Lukaku scoring the goal. And also, Havertz should start every game of the Prem, or at least should be prioritized over a lot of players in our Chelsea squad. I feel like he goes above Callum Hudson-Odoi and Christian Pulisic in the starting 11. I feel like a 4 attack with Ziyech and Lukaku and Havertz should be starting even more. I feel like if they go on with with a bit of understanding and chemistry, we could reach this optimization and balance of between defense and attack. As well as this fullback problem is still a problem for me. I can't see our team functioning properly without like proper fullbacks. Asby and Sarr are really defensive. They can't go up front really, and we should stick for a back four for a really long time until we get proper fullbacks. Then we can go to the back three. Other than that, I could just say that I'm so happy as a Chelsea fan to see my club winning this first trophy, and I wish that we can because I live literally in the place where the final happened, so I'm so happy for that.
Oh, nice.
And it's just everything to happen that for my favorite club to achieve that. It's just amazing. And whoever is is being salty about it, you can go cry, mate. Like, I don't really care. we won the Club World Cup. Your team is like what, 7th, 8th? I don't know where Arsenal is, so so they can go where they go. I'm so happy, and cheers, mate. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Take care, my guy. Take care. Thank you. Igao is backstage. We'll be getting him on very, very soon. We've got Two Calls Army is on with us now. What you saying, bro? Oh, we can't hear you. Can't hear you, my guy. I don't know why. You're not on mute. Can't hear you. Jump out, jump back in again, my man. We'll do that. Top man. Thank you. We've got some super chats. Then I'm going to be getting Igao out here with us. Sucks, I understand the chat. Love you, but let's have our day. Martin here says, Terry, before this, I didn't really think this tournament meant anything, but it means so much to teams in Brazil that this is a big tournament. City is Chelsea blue tonight. The City is Chelsea blue tonight is what Martin says. And like I say, everyone's got a different view on what is big and what isn't big. And everyone's allowed to have a difference of opinion on it. But it's definitely it's definitely a good trophy to win. Do you know what I mean? It is bigger than the Community Shield. I'd say it's bigger than the League Cup. Definitely. Havertz is a generational player. He is the man for big finals. Lukaku also scored today. Trust Tuchel. He will bring the best to Lukaku is what man has got to say here. Igao is now with us on the show. I know he's been trolling a bit online today. What are you saying, Igao?
Okay, Terry, let me show you something. Let me show you guys something. 1 second, okay? I'm gonna come on camera quickly. I'm gonna show everybody something. My lighting is terrible. Sorry. Let me show you something right now. If you can hear what I'm about to play for you, this is what FIFA considered the original FIFA Club World Cup as when it was first founded. This is what they. This was the owner and the person who ran the competition. What he considered it.
The CSF is the entity in charge of controlling, in South America, the organization of the tournament between the champions of Europe and South America, a competition FIFA considers a friendly.
Did you hear that?
We do not think it's appropriate that FIFA has to meddle in the matter.
Did you hear that? FIFA consider this trophy as a friendly. It is nothing more than that. It's a friendly for winning the Champions League, which is a major trophy. Also, Super Cup, which is another friendly for winning the Champions League. So once again, Chelsea win another trophy. Yes, it is a trophy, but is it a big trophy? No, it's just another competition that you enter for winning another competition, and it's basically considered a friendly. In a couple years' time, if this competition was to be scrapped, no one would ever speak about it again. So in my opinion, congratulations to certain players like Mendy, Conte, big trophy, big accomplishments in their career. But when it comes to this actual accomplishment for their club, I hear you. It's a massive accomplishment for Chelsea because they've never done it before. But in the actuality of the trophy, it's not that big in the grand scheme of things in world football. It's not considered that big.
So that statement you read out, where's that from?
That is from Wikipedia.
Your quote. So it's on the the FIFA world. This is a FIFA tournament, and you're saying FIFA think this is a friendly. Why are the goals count? Why do the goals? Because goals in friendlies don't count towards your career totals. Why do these count then? If it's a friendly,
do Super Cups goals count? Do Community Shield goals count?
Yeah, but they're not because those games are they're proper games. They're not considered friendlies.
Okay. Do football fans in the Premier League consider the Community Shield as a friendly?
They a glorified friendly. Some would say. So yours.
Okay. So you are calling this a glorified friendly, Terry?
No, I'm not. I'm not calling it a glorified friendly. You're saying that FIFA call this outright a friendly. If it's a friendly though, like people call the Community Shield a glorified friendly. It's a game I always want my team to win when they're in it. It means more than a friendly. When we're playing like DCFC on a preseason tour, I don't care about the result. I care when we're in a Community Shield final. I want to win it. Does it mean as much as winning a League Cup, an FA Cup, a Premier League? Of course it doesn't. No, but it's still a real game. Like your club's never. There's no way this is a friendly. There's no way they pump this much money into a tournament and call it a friendly. Where is that even from? I can't even see it myself.
Do you want me to put it on the screen? I can share screen it. I have a highlight.
Yeah. I want to read it. I'm not discrediting it. I just want to know where it's from. That FIFA called this a friendly.
There we go.
So the origination. But is that changed now then? So you're then saying it's the origination of it. It's here, right? Okay.
The competition FIFA consider. Let me highlight the part that I'm showing you. This part right here. From there down. You guys can see that?
Right.
Okay. Thank you. Anyways, I've done what I had to do. Congratulations to Chelsea fans, but just understand that this is not a major trophy. That's all I have to say.
Fair enough, Gal. Listen, I hear what you're saying, but I want to ask you a question because I haven't read it all. You've obviously read it. Is that in the originations they considered it a friendly, but do they consider it a friendly now?
Say it again.
So you're saying
it is still, in my opinion, based on what it was originally.
No, that isn't the question. That isn't the question. So I'm asking you. You read? I haven't read it. I'm asking you because I haven't got time to read it.
Okay.
You said in the origination of it, FIFA considered it a friendly. Do FIFA consider it a friendly now that they run the tournament?
I haven't checked the FIFA website. If you guys want to check the FIFA website and cite it, then we can do that. But all I've checked is what I've seen here. And that's all I came on to show everybody. You know what? People can say that's salty. Yes, it is. Long story short, I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm going to do everything I can to bring salt. But hey, long story short, congratulations to you, Chelsea fans. Celebrate, enjoy it. It's just not a major honor. The major honor was the Champions League, and that got you the ticket into this. So keep smiling. Have a good day, guys.
Cheers, Gal. Thank you. It's one of them things where you have to read it yourself. I'm going to hazard a guess here. I think he's talking about when it was called the Intercontinental Championship, which was disbanded in 2004. But when that originally started in like the 50s, I think that's when he's talking about. The fact is that it's kind of grown from there. I bet, right, if you did research into all these, and like what you said earlier, one of the reasons that the European Cup that we all say is massive, when Man United first started playing in that in the 50s, the FA didn't want them to. The FA never thought it would catch on. The FA never thought that European football would be a big thing. Listen, if you agree with Gal, let me know. If you disagree with Gal, let me know. We're going to get some more callers than I personally do. Like, I don't think it's a little tournament or a friendly anyway. But I would love Arsenal to win the Champions League and then see a Gal's face if they would have win this. I want to see him say it's a friendly then. He wouldn't. He's just having banter. But there we go. We've got some super chat. Loads of super chats came through here. That I want to read out. I'm just starring them so that I don't miss any because there's loads. I think a gal triggered people. I think a gal triggered people a little bit. Right, let's have a little look here. What's being said? Read that one already. Don't bring the trigger merchant, please. I'm off. Yeah, listen, callers to callers. Man, like to hear how you doing, brother. He says, come on, Terry, a quick version of blue is the color plate. No, I'm not doing that again. I ain't doing that again. Agel or Legal opinions are null and void. Sounds like a typical Arsenal fan. Keep fighting for fourth place, mate. Reading from Wikipedia. Egal is in my mind. You're a there we go. Strip bearer slammed Egal. Wikipedia is the source of truth. Why does it matter what FIFA says, Egal? You saw what it meant to Chelsea and the players. Egal being Egal again. Kai Havertz and Lukaku have more goals in finals than Thierry Henry and Mohamed Salah. Why are you having from outside of the club? You can't even get in. You need to take the L. Always downplaying trophies. Your team will never win. Oh, yes, Wikipedia, the most factual website in the world. Anybody can edit Wikipedia. Get the Joker off. Terry, I don't care what other Arsenal fans think. What my club wins trophies like this, I want my club to play in this tournament like these. I disagree with Egal. It's a friendly. Why would the winners wear a golden badge on their... Yeah, listen, it's not a friendly. It's not... Egal's read something where he's talking about the originations of this tournament, which started in the 50s, maybe even earlier than that. Arsenal are so far away from this trophy. Egal has to research to discredit Chelsea's win. They won this trophy because they're European champions. Recognize is what's said there. CFC Florida says, injecting Egal's tears, loving it. Tell us how it's a glorified friendly if Arsenal lift that trophy. Arsenal winning the European Cup. Can you imagine? If it's a friendly, why would the win? Oh, sorry, they had that one already. If Arsenal were to win this, Egal wouldn't even have searched it on Wiki. In 382 days, took a team from 9th to 4th, reached the FA Cup final. He's in the League Cup final, Super Cup winner, Champions League winner, and now Club World Cup winners, Super Tommy Tuchel. And he has done an absolutely fantastic job. We're going to get a few callers on together now to have their say on the terrace. We're going to get Winter Surfer out. We're going to get Tuchel's army on to have his say. We've got, man, here he is, Alex, Redneck Alex is here with us. Let's do it, people. Let's go. Gentlemen.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Can I go? Egal, come outside, you little fucker. Come outside. You remember, here's the one major thing that you forget. This is the most hard qualifying tournament to get to. This is the hardest qualifying friendly to get to. You have to win the Championship League, the hardest qualification you will ever meet. This to the tournament. This is the hardest qualification. Hold that. I literally want to pull hair one by one out of your freaking fake looking beard because you're calling it, because you read something in Wikipedia. That's how bad you are, man. I used to have respect to you. You even started the freaking poll on your Twitter. You literally started the poll. Arsenal, really? Arsenal fan is gonna ask what's friendly, what's not? And Terry, you're right. When it changed in the 2000s, it changed because this is how it originated. The goals do count as a goal for the player.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely not as far in my awareness. I don't know the friend. I want what I want from Miguel. If you, I know he's listening, is I need you to find out when that statement was made about the friendly. I bet it was in the 50s, bro. I bet it was in the 50s. On the matter though, Tuchel's army was here from a while. What's your take on winning this trophy tonight, young man?
No, do you know what? Like, I've been listening like throughout, and I just feel like not a lot of respect's been put on like how big the trophy is. I know a lot of people have been saying that the trophy is a friendly. It's not as big as you know a lot of other trophies, but like to complete the set for a club which I've supported like from a young age, like it just means everything to a lot of Chelsea fans, not only me. It wasn't pretty today, like the game, but I just feel like in a final, it was just
Yo,
like
Terry, I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna step up so you can get other people. I just want to call a gal a fraud. That's all it is, man.
No worries.
I
mate.
gotta go celebrate. Hold that, Igal. You don't celebrate shit. I am. Fuck you.
Yeah, sorry. Keep going, bro. Keep going.
no. Do you know what? Like, Kai Havertz scoring the winner in the Champions League final. How old is he? 21, 22? Scoring the winner today. Club Aspilicueta completing the set. The captain, of the club. To have the first person who've ever done it for the club. Playing mind games as well. Like it was great, but the game was semi-final was horrible. On the other day, the final wasn't. It wasn't pretty, but that's the thing with finals. Like we came out of it the other side. And you know what? All credit goes to Thomas Tuchel. I was actually quite angry when he took off Lukaku. I know Lukaku wasn't playing well, but when he took off Lukaku, I thought Lukaku was getting into his like rhythm. I know he's been like abysmal, ever since he did that interview, but he was playing well. He got the goal. I feel like when he brought on Timo Werner is not made for Chelsea. I don't think Timo Werner is a footballer. I don't even think he did his thing in the Champions League final, but I don't like Timo Werner. And I just feel like Thomas Tuchel's subs today were not the right subs. Jorginho, he might have been injured. I feel like he could have come on, kind of controlled the game. We could have controlled the game a little bit better. But all in all, I feel like we did well to win. But the performance wasn't pretty, and we need to do better if we're gonna, do well in the Premier League.
Mate, I hear you on that. Great call, my friend. Thanks for coming on and having cheers, mate. Top man for coming on and having your say. Thank you. Rams joined us now. That's now backstage. Daniel is here. He's a Chelsea fan as well. We've got more people to come on as well. But Winter Surfer, what you saying, mate?
Just a little bit.
Yo, Terry. Yeah, it's a guy trying to troll.
Yeah. I just banned the user from the thing. Yeah, he's done. He's finished. Yeah, go on, mate. Go on. Go.
I was just gonna say, I know a gal made a mistake 20 years ago picking Arsenal over Chelsea, and he's obsessed with us. I just want to know, isn't Wikipedia a place where people?
Stuff? Winter Surfer, can I just quickly? I just want to say a quick thing. A gal's source, he didn't even read it properly because I just read the source and it's not even correct. Okay. So what that quote he said was from a Scottish guy, the president of the Scottish FA. I think can't remember his name. It's Alan something. So Willie Allen, who he argued that it should be recognized as a proper competition, and FIFA was like, is not a recognized competition. After those statements, and clearly from what you said, Terry, it seems as though it is now seen as a proper competition. So what the comments that you said were not from FIFA, it was actually from a guy from the Scottish FA. So firstly, it's not even verified, and secondly, gal, you're my boy, yeah, and I'm all for Chelsea hate. Come on, you need to do better than this, man. You really need to do.
The thing without even reading it, I knew it would be about the origins, and I guarantee if you went and researched now the origins of the league in England, the Champions League, you'll find comments from people in the original days going, this will never catch on, this will never be a big thing, this is no more than a glorified this or that. But it's what it is now that matters. Yeah. Chelsea are celebrating winning it now. And Joe's really crazy as well. Like, I was on a space not long ago of Arsenal fans that were talking about how you shouldn't even be able to count trophies from like those early days. Like, I think somebody was talking about how certain teams have got like 3 or 4 trophies that were in the 1920s. Why is that relevant in today's game? I'm like, well, because it is. It's all part of football, but in terms of the credibility of this tournament, it's about how big it is now, not how big it was in 1947 or whenever the original one, was created. So,
By the way, Terry, if it was a friendly, why is it called the FIFA Club World Cup? And why is it an associated competition?
Yeah. So 1960, sorry, was the first year that this ever came out. So I'm about 10 years out.
On Wikipedia, can't you edit stuff?
Some of the pages you can. Yeah,
you can.
I'm not saying it's probably a real line from a real article.
Yeah.
However, it's what was the article about and when was it written and why? Like, it's because I also think this as well. I think it's one of them things where if FIFA or UEFA don't run a tournament, they're always going to try and say it's trash. Like, I'll give you an example. Say every country left the FIFA World Cup and started their own World Cup, right? It doesn't matter if FIFA go, yeah, but we don't recognize it. Well, in your tournament, FIFA, like, do you get where I'm coming from? If FIFA turned around tomorrow and said we no longer recognize the Premier League as a proper league, would that make any of you take it less seriously? No, it's just mad to me. But yeah, look, in terms of winning today, how impressed were you with the Surfer?
I thought it was a usual Chelsea performance the last couple of months. I thought we played well after we scored and when they scored the penalty, and then a little bit in second half extra time. For me, I wasn't bothered about the performance. It was just winning it. That ticks off. For me, this was getting it done, getting it won. That means we've won everything there is in football that we've entered. Someone's going to banter me and go, "You haven't won the Conference League," but we're not entering the Conference League. So, yeah. But I think it was good. I think it was great for Roman to win it. Great for Azpilicueta as well. For shithousery, Terry, I thought he was going to take the penalty because he was holding onto the ball for that long. But then Kai Havertz stepped up, great penalty, great header from Lukaku as well. But yeah, I thought it was I don't care about the performance. It was all about the result for me, and winning it is the most important thing.
I hear you. We've got Devlin here. What are you saying, Dev? Delvin. How you doing, mate?
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Big up, Terry. I'm a big fan. And I'm not even going to waste my time talking about a guy. Like we already know, he's a clown, with all due respect. Because coming out and claiming the Club World Cup is a glorified friendly when you've never, and we never win the Champions League, nor the Club World Cup. So I feel he's very crazy. And for the game today, to be frank, I was not impressed. But it was clear from the start that for the past few weeks and months, Chelsea has been struggling. They've been struggling, and I was really surprised by the starting 11 today because I thought Ziyech has been very good for the for like the 4 or 5 games now, and I was surprised today he was dropped for Cho, who in my opinion was horrible today. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Big up for the assist, but every other thing he did today was so bad. And I wish Tuchel has brought in Ziyech earlier. And I'm happy for Timo Werner. In my opinion, I thought he had a very nice game. And also N'Golo Kante. And I was really confused. I'm a Chelsea fan. I should be happy, but the fact that Thiago Silva won the best player, in my opinion, I thought it was not the best player.
He gave the penalty as well. He gave the penalty away as well, didn't he? So I did think it was strange. But
I was surprised because I thought if he gave the penalty away, it was not even the man of the match.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Del, great call, my friend. Thanks for coming on and having your say on the terrace. Top man. Thank you, buddy. Samuel's here. What are you saying, Samuel?
First of all, I'll congratulate Chelsea on winning the Club World Cup. You're part of the elite club where you've won every major trophy possible in club football. So I'll congratulate you on that. But I'm not going to lie, Terry, I'm a little bit annoyed because Chelsea fans are acting like they weren't the ones that were saying that this was a small trophy before. Let's not act like that. Like everyone's getting at you saying it's a small trophy and you weren't saying that before when Liverpool won it. Like, banter's gonna come. Just take it. Literally, just take it. You said it before when Liverpool won it to try to undermine Liverpool. People are saying it to you now, Chelsea, to try and undermine you. You have to give it and you have to take it. You have to give it and you have to take it. But let's not try and act like you haven't said it before. But anyways, congratulations on it. However, the performance was quite. I won't lie. Am I right in saying it wasn't that good? They won it, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best.
Yeah,
it gave me confidence. It gave me confidence. As in, when we played them in the League Cup final, boy, if Chelsea play like that again against us, they will probably lose.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, they need to be a lot better against a team like Liverpool than they were tonight. Samuel, top man for coming on and having your say. Appreciate it, bro. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cams is a Chelsea fan. What are you saying, Cams? Chams. What are you saying? No, he's not there ready to speak. So we're going to go to the Chronicles of Truth.
Terry, good evening.
Hello, mate. What do you want to say?
I'm excited as a Chelsea fan, knowing where the team came from. Like, this is the biggest moment for us as Chelsea fans. And the Club World Cup just puts the icing on the cake for us, knowing that we've added every trophy to our trophy cabinet that is there to play for in Europe. And then I want to give big credit out to Roman Abramovich. Like, he is the main man. This is the benefit of having an owner who wants to see the team win trophies and create history. So I'm so excited.
I bet you are, my friend. And it must be. One thing I'm really jealous about is seeing anyone who's got clubs, is run by clubs with at least good to brilliant owners. It triggers me. It really, really does. Thank you. And thank you to everyone that has tuned in tonight. I've been live for nearly an hour. I can't believe it already. Make sure you hit that like and that share button before you leave tonight. Subscribe to the Football Terrace as well. Congratulations to Chelsea, as we say, world champions, European champions. Of course, they've been English champions before. Set completed. Until next time, people, take care.